And this strategy has a paradoxical effect where if you just look for people who value you and discard those who don't value you, you'll notice that those who don't value you, a lot of them will convert and value you. And as long as you keep having your hand on your sword, never putting down your sword, not even for a friend, if you're always vigilant about.
Like a boss.
All right, ladies, this is Alex from Mindful Attraction, and today we're going to be talking about how to make a guy realize that you are the prize and not him. All right, because if you're with a guy and you feel like he's the prize and he feels like he's doing you a favor, and you're still watching my channel, don't tell people you watch my channel. All right, because if you watch my channel, the number one thing you have to make a guy realize that you are the prize, because that's what naturally happens when a guy ends up liking you. That's what happens when he likes you and respects you. So that's the point of the video. If any of you guys want to work with me one-on-one, go to mindfulattraction.org. The person needs to want that reward. And when it comes to this, the person initially either likes you or he doesn't. If you're noticing that the guy is not that motivated to see you, too relaxed, too patient from the start, and doesn't seem to like have that normal motivation that most guys have to see you, you eliminate those guys from the start. It's like somebody who's going into an interview late without and looking like trash. You don't interview that person. You tell them to go back home. That's the first thing. You don't change how much someone's gonna value you. You just see where are they in the baseline. Are they here or are they here? And if they're here, you eliminate them. You always put yourself in a position to win from the start. He needs to value that reward. And unfortunately, some people inherently will never value you. It's that simple. Some people, you are not their type of reward. Some people, they're with you out of convenience. And a lot of the times, a lot of people are in our lives out of convenience. And if you're somebody who is a reward that's worthy of somebody's work, you have to be at ease that some people just won't like you. Like, I'm comfortable with that, right? Like, the other day I met like one of the most beautiful girls I've ever seen in my life. I'm not even kidding with you. Like, oh God, she was just like a smoke show. I mean, it was like, honestly, looking at her talk was hypnotic. That's the best way I could put it. Like, she was so beautiful that looking at her talk was a legit hypnosis. I couldn't believe it. And she ended up she was liking me, we hooked up, but then she disappeared. And I'm like, what the fuck? What happened? Right? But then I became more present. And then I completely forgot about it, and I feel good about myself. I didn't make a story about why didn't she like me. No, it's just like today was cold and today is warm. Like, you completely just let go of it. And that's a sign that you are a prize worthy to be prized. And you develop that through what I'm going to talk about in this video. And the only reason why they stay is because we allow them to stay. Because whenever we're with someone out of convenience, we can sense they're not giving us all. We can sense because we want more from them. When we're with someone where they feel like where they feel like they're the lucky ones, you could tell because they appreciate you. They're more romantic. They put a lot of thought. So first things first, if you have a prize, the number one thing about making somebody feel like they want something, or making somebody feel like you are the reward, is that they have to value you. And you cannot make somebody value you if they initially do not value you. In other words, they have to want what you have to offer, right? And they have to be in that state of mind to want to be with you. And that type of stuff you just cannot force. They either want it or they don't. The only thing you could change is when they see you as a prize and you fuck it up and lower your value. That's what you could do. You could definitely come back up from a lower place to a higher place if the initial value was already there. But if this person doesn't like you, and you cannot raise your value, it's not how it works. But, well, you could raise your value actually, but it'll be superficially. In other words, you could raise your value by including competition, right? So the first things first, this person has to value you. And to apply this mindset, you have to be willing to look at the person objectively if they value you. And if they don't, you walk away. You don't try to change their minds. You walk away if you notice they don't value you. It's that simple. A prize does not try to convince the participant to win it. A prize is it already knows it's wanted and just sits and waits for somebody to reach the finish line. It's that simple. It's like an egg, right? And sperm. Like the egg does not run to the sperm. The sperm runs to the egg. All you have to do is be there, be receptive, and be aware of those who want you and those who are half-ass about you, and you just discard them. Right? You go through a process of elimination to see who are the ones that are motivated to be with you versus the ones that are not motivated to be with you. Again, you're not here to change somebody who doesn't want you. So that's the first thing you have to understand. All right. A reward is a thing given as a reward to the winner of a competition or in recognition of an outstanding achievement. A guy has to feel like they've worked for you. A guy has to feel like they competed with other people, and because of their virtue as a man, won you over. He should not feel like you initially liked them from the start, and it was 100 miles per hour from the start. No, that's why I tell you go slow. That's why I tell you lower your nonverbals, right? So what you want to do is first, never fully commit to the guy initially. Don't initially tell the guy how awesome it was to see him, how much you like him, how much chemistry you felt. Keep all of those positive traits that you feel about this person to yourself. If they're going to find out those feelings that you have towards them, let them see it through your actions and through your nonverbal communication. It will reveal how you feel. Just make sure you don't verbally say it, right? Because even if you show that you like them through your nonverbals and through your actions, the fact that you don't say it still keeps a hint of doubt in his heart, which makes him continually keep working to hear verbal assurance from you. Because when we don't hear verbally that somebody doesn't like us, that somebody likes us and value us, it naturally makes us work harder for them. So that's one thing. Right? Never expressing that they've won you over. Never expressing it. And the next thing is that always, and this is initially for the beginning. Okay. Now, if you're in a relationship, you guys can apply this, but let me first get to this, right? You have to let the guy know that there's other men in your life, right? Because a prize is only a prize when there's competition. It's plain and simple. But sometimes, like I always say, when you like someone, sometimes you try really hard to let the guy know you have eliminated all competition, to let the guy know that he's the only one there. If anyone who plays basketball would tell you that people play harder when there's women around and when there's other people who want to play next. In other words, a loser has to leave and somebody else has to play. I noticed that whenever there's more women watching us playing basketball, or when there's a line of people waiting to play, you end up playing harder. It's that simple. So you have to verbally let them know that you're dating other people. Like, it's just that, like, if you're single, you just say, no, I'm dating other people and hoping to find somebody that I could relate to. Just verbally saying that, and also letting him know that you have other men in your life. Not that you're banging the whole football team, but saying, yeah, my personal trainer, Tyrone is gonna come help me train tomorrow, or even saying how one of your best friends is a guy, and let's just say the guy's gay. You don't let him know that he's gay, right? Like that type of stuff, right? You literally introducing other men in your life, let him know it through some subtle way will create that type of competition. Now, the type of competition that I don't want you to do is letting him know that your best friend is a man, right? That type of is a straight man. That is not the kind of competition that I prefer. Because it's a little tricky, right? Or even saying that you're friends with your ex. I wouldn't do that if I was you. We want competition where everyone who's competing for you hasn't banged you. That's the type of competition that I'm talking about. Not ex competition, but new date competition, if that makes any sense. And another thing that I want you to understand, right, is that his value towards you is something that comes from him. You can't force that value, the value that he feels for you. 2, he has to be the one that does most of the work. If you're the prize, you're not the one doing the chasing. If you're the prize, you're not the one trying to convince him to ask you out. And 3 is how you perceive yourself. Now look, Imagine that you're in love. Imagine that, you know how when you're in love with someone and you see them going about their daily life, and they say, I'm at the library reading, or they say, I am going to a club later tonight, as an example. Because we're in love, we imagine that what they're doing is really interesting, right? We want to be with them. Even though they might be walking in the forest, we want to walk with them, right? It's the same thing, right? You want to see what you're doing, or wherever you are, almost as though you're hanging around somebody that you're in love with. So if I'm reading a book and I imagine that I'm reading a book next to somebody that I'm in love, that is the type of prize mentality you want to have for yourself. Where if you're just sitting down, and somebody's let's just say somebody's in love with you, they would love to be where you are right now. They would love to just be sitting next to you, enjoying the present moment. That's the mentality of somebody who is the prize. They love just being around themselves so much that they don't mind if nobody's around. And you develop that type of self-love through practicing mindful meditation. It's as simple as that. When you can learn to be with your breath and feel your body completely and be at ease with yourself and be comfortable, you are already the prize. When you learn to observe your desires, to observe your neediness, to observe all of those negative emotions you usually turn away from through seeking a distractions, maybe getting validation from a man, maybe getting somebody, maybe taking drugs, or getting recognition. When you just learn to be with those uncomfortable emotions, you will transcend those emotions and become more present and learn to enjoy just being with yourself. Like being present and being in the moment is the ultimate form of self-love. Once you develop that and learn to treat every negative experience as a way to know yourself, in other words, somebody rejects you, you feel rejected. Rather than looking away from that rejection, you literally concentrate on the feeling of rejection. And all you do is just look. You look. You just keep feeling and looking at that emotion no matter what you're doing. You don't turn away. You look at it eyeball to eyeball. Keep doing that until you just don't stop doing that. That emotion over time, without you even becoming aware, becomes almost like turns into a feeling of peace. Why? By you not looking away, by you staring at it without flinching, that you are pretty much accepting it. That's pretty much acceptance. When you turn away and look away, you are resisting that emotion, if that makes any sense. Now, what would happen is that if you apply this, people are going to notice that since they're not making effort, you're not making effort. People will notice this. And this strategy has a paradoxical effect, where if you just look for people who value you and discard those who don't value you, you'll notice that those who don't value you, a lot of them will convert and value you. And as long as you keep having your hand on your sword, never putting down your sword, not even for a friend, if you're always vigilant about how you're projecting yourself, if you're always like, how can I say this? Not in a like neurotic way, but you don't tolerate disrespect. You don't tolerate inconsistency. You don't let people gaslight you. As long as you have that self-assurance in yourself and that you're willing to walk away from this person, this mentality will radiate from within. It'll radiate and completely marinate your reaction and your nonverbal communication. I know I've said this plenty of times, but it's very difficult to not overstate, but to emphasize how important it is to let this mentality marinate your nonverbal communication. It is a real thing. Like, over the years, the more I've meditated, in my experience, the more I meditated, the more people just gravitated towards me. Like, I mean, I'm not even kidding with you. People like last year, I pretty much doubled how much I meditated. It's not a quantitative thing, but I noticed that, dude, like, girls just like fucking approach me sometimes. Like I'm like, what the hell's going on? I'm looking at myself in the mirror and I'm like, is my face different? And then it's like, no. It's just what I've noticed is that, you know, I'm pretty much at ease with myself, where I am in life, how I look, what, and above all, I'm at ease with my limitations. That there's nothing that somebody could tell me that would kind of hurt me, because it's kind of like, yeah, yeah, I'm not the best looking person in the world. I know I'm kind of weird, and I accept that about myself, and I guess it radiates. Like that type of self acceptance radiates, and that's valuable. That's a valuable trait. It's just that simple, and you want to be with people who value you too. And that's why I say, if you value yourself, you're not gonna let somebody devalue you. You're just not gonna let somebody do that, because you know you have value. You know you are important. So when some Joe Schmo tries to treat you like shit, you're gonna defend yourself and say, yo, I'm like, who the hell do you think you are for doing that? No, like, I got value. I'm good looking. I'm valuable. You're not gonna treat me like I'm some B tier type of person. No, I'm leaving. And that's that mentality. I know what I'm worth. You're not gonna do that to me. Like there's one girl, she tried to do that to me. Not the one I'm talking about. Where she was like, I don't know what my plans are today. I'll let you know. And I'm like, that sounds like back burner talk to me. Like, it sounds like she's putting me in the back burner. And then I said, you know what, my love, like just let me know when you're more available and we'll make it work, because I got things to do throughout the day, right? And she didn't text me back. Don't let, if you feel like if you feel like they're not, like, don't accept uncertainty. Don't accept maybes. Don't accept perhaps. If you don't know them too well, don't let them do that. Now, if you know them and you know they're consistent, then yeah, sure. From time to time, yeah, sure. But all in all, if you respect yourself, you're going to notice, you're going to demand it from other people. It's that simple. You think you could tell yourself you respect yourself and at the same time let people treat you like shit. You know you have self-respect when you don't let other people treat you like shit. It's that simple. All right? Anyways, if you guys want to work with me one-on-one, go to mindfulattraction.org. I could teach you how to apply these strategies. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys ever want to learn how to use your feminine energy to influence people, learn how to use your masculine energy to become more assertive, and also learn how to blend both energies to improve your dating life, your spiritual life, honestly, your relationship life, your family life, your career life, this is the course for you. If I had to make a course for my nieces, I have two nieces, one is 19 and one is 15. 16. Holy shit. Oh my God, he's a bad fucking uncle. He's a bad uncle. Get him. Shut up, Melissa. You should get this course, right? And this is the course that I will make for them. So, for example, watch the curriculum, right? In the first week, we're going to be showing you how to establish a strong masculine foundation without letting it hurt your feminine energy. This masculine foundation is a source of who you are, right? It's your bodyguard. Without this, whatever feminine energy you create will be destroyed by the outside, because your masculine is your shield. So we'll talk about goal setting. We'll talk about how to develop a serious attitude. We're going to be talking about how to use more logic, how to use more goal-oriented behavior. It's more how to be a man. Now the next one is how to embrace the feminine energy, right? This one will teach you about how to minimize excessive masculine traits, developing self-awareness, healing abundant feminine energy, regulating your emotion, mastering voice qualities and facial expressions, surrendering control, and allowing pain to be felt. This is honestly, this will supercharge, like Kaioken, your masculine energy. After that, we have femininity in the workplace, and how to be feminine in the workplace without letting people take advantage of you, and the nuances of how women on power should behave versus women who are subordinates in the workplace, and even the dress code. This is based on psychology, people. It's kind of insane. I'm actually excited about this one. The next week, we talk about navigating the labyrinth of male and female friendship, and this a lot of women find confusing, so we talk about that. And how to identify envious friends, how to identify the good friends, how to keep male friends, and how to keep female friends. Week 5, we talk about how to release the burden of the past and stop and destroy mental projections. This is actually really powerful. And then week 6, we talk about how to increase your observational power so that you could read people better. And we have a bunch of bonuses. The course starts at $99, and you guys can pre-order the course today at $69 before it goes out. If you're watching this, most likely I'm in the meditation retreat, so most likely I will be praying for all of you guys. And just click on the description down below of the video, right there. You'll see it, and you could pre-order that course. It's gonna be out by the end of next month or the beginning of February of March. One of the two people, because I have a 10-day retreat to do, and I want to finish the course after the retreat, because I think the ideas are gonna be so much better. All right, man. I'll see you guys later. Pre-order, man. Oh, I'm closing the channel.